Round number 6 of the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series heads to a quiet town in Ridgeway, Virginia. Known for its antique furniture, will play host to one of the most unique trophies in all of NASCAR. The grandfather clock is what 40 of the best drivers in the world will tackle on at a 0.5-mile track at Martinsville Speedway for the first short track of the season. Welcome to the NASCAR MDK pre-race show. I'm your host, Jake Krause, and today, first of all, I just want to say this. Right now, I'm recording this as of last night, the day before the race, so I'm not sure what's going on with the weather, but I'll put like a little overlay on the bottom of the screen, probably. I'm not sure yet of how the weather would go, but yeah, there is a threat of rain in the area, or actually this weekend there has been a threat of rain. So let's get right into the news at the track. PNC, which is a company that no one expected to be affiliated with NASCAR, has just signed a 5-year contract due to become the official bank of NASCAR and the official wealth management partner of NASCAR. Yeah, again, this is the first time that PNC has ever been affiliated with NASCAR, but they are common in the motorsports industry. They are currently the primary sponsor for Scott Dixon's number 9 car for Chip Ganassi Racing in the IndyCar series. So yeah, 5-year contract deal. It's always nice to see new sponsors get into the sport after we just had a major sponsor of Lowe's announce that they would leave the sport following this year. So it's good to see new people coming into it. The next we're going to talk about is another partnership that is extending. Axalta and Hendrick Motorsports has announced a 4-year partnership extension that will last until 2022. This dates back to 1992. This partnership with Jeff Gordon, which was DuPont, now become Axalta. Axalta announced that it will be a 25 race primary sponsorship they will run this season, with combining with drivers Alex Bowman and William Byron. And finally, the truck race. Obviously, those of you that know, it has been canceled until later tonight. That is the goal here. It has been moved to immediately following the Cup race. So it will be around 7 p.m. Eastern time on FS1. So hey, if everything works out, we get a nice doubleheader short track racing, and one of them is under the lights. And the good part about that is the truck series. So that's pretty good about it, I guess you could say. But yeah, let's now take a look at the standings following Fontana. Martin Truex Jr. becomes the third different winner, excuse me, to win a race this season, 103 points above the cut line. Kyle Busch, who finished third out of Fontana, 100 points above the cut line. Then you got teammates Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, and Ryan Blaney, 3rd to 5th. Denny Hamlin, 69 points behind. Kevin Harvick, after that crash involving Kyle Larson, falls to 8th in the point standings, 63 points above the cut line. Then his teammates Clint Boyer, Eric Almirola, and Kurt Busch, 9th, 10th, and 11th. Daytona 500 champion Austin Dillon, 34 points behind. Finally, Eric Jones, 25 points above the cut line. Newman, 10 points. And Paul Menard and Alex Bowman tied for 15, 8 points above the cut line. Now let's take a look at the track facts for Martinsville Speedway. It is one of the few racetracks in NASCAR that is both asphalt that has concrete, but I believe it's the only track to have both asphalt and concrete. 0.526 miles in length, 4 turns as usual. The banking in the turns is 12 degrees. And the lap record was set by Joe Logano back in 2014 with a time of 18.898. 263 miles to make up 500 laps around this paperclip track. Stage 1 and Stage 2 are 130 laps each, with Stage 3 being 240 laps. Now, because of the rain, qualifying for the Cup Series was postponed, so the standings were set up by driver standings. So Martin Truex Jr. gets his, I believe, 3rd pole of the season, with Kyle Busch on the outside of him. There's really nothing new to talk about because we just went over the point standings. But you see Jimmy Johnson, who moved up to 18th in points. Rookie William Byron and Darrell Wallace, row 10. Chase Elliott, deepest of the Hendrick drivers, row 11 in the 20th spot. See Jimmy McMurray there, 26th position. So yeah, qualifying, actually everything has been canceled for this race. So there's not really any drivers to maybe look out for because you only had 2 practice sessions. But nonetheless, let's take a look at the drivers that you should look out for at Martinsville. Jimmy Johnson is the winningest active driver at Martinsville Speedway. In his 32 races, he has scored a staggering 9 grandfather clocks, 19 top 5s, 24 top 10s with an average start of 11.5 and an average finish of 7.69. He has led a staggering 2,863 laps. Jimmy Johnson had a good run last weekend at Fontana, this could be the signs of a turnaround on one of Jimmie Johnson's best tracks. Now, Kyle Busch is one of the most recent winners at Martinsville Speedway. He's the defending winner, winning there last October. And in his 25 races, he has scored one other one back in the spring of 2016. He has scored 13 top 5s and 14 top 10s with an average start of also 11.6 and an average finish of 13.08. He has led 1,300 laps. So watch out for Kyle Busch. He starts second for this race and could go for his third grandfather clock. Now, Denny Hamlin is one of those drivers that can somehow be able to keep up with Jimmie Johnson in terms of his record at Martinsville Speedway. In his 24 races, he has scored 5 career wins, 12 top 5s, 18 top 10s, with an average start of 9.6 and an average finish of 10. He has led 1,394 laps. So Denny Hamlin could become the 4th different winner at one of his best tracks today. Now let's take a look at the odds to win Martinsville Speedway. Remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. No surprise here. And finally, for the first time since Atlanta, or actually since Daytona, Kevin Harvick is not the top spot. He has been replaced by Kyle Busch with a 15-4 chance of winning. Brad Keselowski, the defending winner, with a 9-2 chance. Denny Hamlin with an 11-2 chance. Then a tie for a 7-1 chance between Chase Elliott, who almost won last October, and Joe Logano. And Mark Truex Jr., last week's winner, with an 8-1 chance. Kevin Harvick, who has won 3 of the 5 races so far this season, with a 9-1 chance. Jimmie Johnson, the 9-time winner, with a 10-1 chance. Clinton Boyer with a 13-1 chance, and the rest of the field. So this means drivers that are not on this list have a 20-1 chance of winning. Kyle Larson with a 25-1 chance, and Eric Jones with a 35-1 chance, as well as Ryan Blaney and Eric Almirola and Jamie McMurray, both with a 50-1 chance of winning. So, excuse me there, let's take a look at 2 drivers, one to look out for, and a dark horse for this race. The drivers to look out for, Mark Truex Jr. Why? Because he has won everything so far at Martinsville Speedway. He was fastest in first practice and was fastest in second practice. Now, even though this doesn't count, he is on the pole, but we're not going to count that just because he got it, because he's a points leader, because qualifying was canceled. Now, a dark horse for this race, some of you guys know who I'm gonna say. AJ Allmendinger. He does have a good record at Martinsville Speedway. He came in second to Kyle Busch in the spring of 2016, 13th fastest in first practice, and was 6th fastest in second practice. Now, even though he qualified 25th, remember that is because of his points position. Don't be surprised if you see AJ Allmendinger creep up in the top 10 and could have a good run today. Now let's take a look at my fantasy live pick for this week's race. My lineup, Mark Truex Jr., obviously I'm going to use him. Every single one in this lineup except for Newman with a 6 uses left. Brad Keselowski, the defending winner, I'm also using him. Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch, good records there. Now I pick Ryan Newman because he's also one of those dark horses. He has ran pretty well so far at Martinsville Speedway and is a former winner, winning back in the spring of 2012. Now in the garage, we just talked about him. AJ Allmendinger, I just feel like if something bad happens, I know Allmendinger will probably be the sleeper and probably could get like a top 10 finish. It won't surprise me if that happens. My bonus, stage 1 will either go to Truex or Kyle Busch, but I just feel like Truex would get the advantage because of how good he has been this weekend. So that's why I'm picking him to win stage 1, but eventually I feel like experience will pay off for Kyle Busch, which is why I pick him to win stage 2 and to win the race. And also I'm picking Toyota as my winner because, I mean, again, you have Truex, you have Kyle Busch, you have Denny Hamlin, even Eric Jones, he could even get into the mix. Daniel Suarez has been running pretty well so far. So yeah, that's why I'm picking Toyota. There's a lot of guys to look out for. Chevrolet, I can't really pick Chevrolet because really Larson doesn't have that good of a record at Martinsville Speedway. And with Hendrick Motorsports, I just haven't seen the speed yet in Jimmie Johnson for me to pick him in the lineup. And for Ford, I don't know. With only Keselowski, I feel like I can only pick him. Logano, not so much. And I don't think even Stewart-Haas Racing, I don't really put my trust in. That's why I'm picking Toyota as a manufacturer winner. And with Kyle Busch, like I said, with the experience that he has at Martinsville Speedway, the past winnings, won twice or 3 times like we said before, I just feel like he will be able to pull through. And if everything goes right, I feel like he will win at Martinsville for the first time this season. So yes, that is it. Thank you so much for watching the NASCAR MDK pre-race show. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. And tell me what you guys think of who you think will win this race. Hopefully we can get this race in on time. But I don't mind seeing a Sunday night race. I don't mind seeing that at all. But yeah, until next time, thank you so much for watching. I'm Jake Rouse from NASCAR on MDK, and I will see you in the next video.